The world marked World AIDS Day on Thursday. UN officials have spoken out on the need to further boost efforts to tackle the spread of HIV by ending discrimination that prevents those infected from receiving support and treatment. Soo-young has more.
Despite the progress made against HIV in the past 15 years, the number of new infections among adults has remained at around 2 million a year since 2010. At an event held on the eve of World AIDS Day, UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon stressed the urgency of tackling HIV, the virus that can lead to AIDS, and the kind of discrimination that can accompany it.
We know that every child deserves care, every person deserves treatment, and all vulnerable groups deserve protection from stigma and abuse. We know that hatred and bigotry spread disease, and as the founders of this movement taught, silence equals death.
Discrimination and violence based on gender, sexual orientation, race and social status are factors that cause people to become more vulnerable to contracting HIV, according to UNAIDS, the agency that hosted the event. The agency also says punitive laws and practices reinforce these dangers, preventing those affected from receiving treatment.
I'm talking about the triple threat young women face not knowing her HIV status, not accessing life-saving treatment, and not being empowered to protect herself from HIV.
A UNAIDS official underscored the importance of early treatment as a strong means of prevention, saying it could reduce HIV infections by 96%.
We need to make sure that people can suppress the activity of the virus in their blood by having access to those treatments.
At the event, the UN Secretary-General was presented with a UNAIDS Leadership Award for his contributions to the cause. Over the past decade of Ban's term, the number of people who have died from AIDS-related illnesses has been cut in half to 1.1 million, while the number of people receiving treatment has jumped from 3 million to more than 18 million this year. Looking ahead, UNAIDS is aiming to achieve 10 targets in line with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. These include zero HIV infections for children, reducing gender-based violence and inequality, as well as increasing domestic investment in AIDS. Soo-young, Arirang News.